Hello, friends. Pastor Ben Pierce here, coming to you live from 301 Studios at Fuquay-Varina Baptist Church. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the various social media platforms to where we can do these studies on the kings and who died and made you king. All right, so, and we're continuing today with Jehoshaphat. We're talking about part 2. Now remember, Jehoshaphat's a good king. He's doing right in God's eyes. He didn't do everything perfect. He has started doing reform, getting rid of the high places, those shrines that were to altars. But you remember in part 1 we talked about he had one bad move. He partnered with Ahab. Let's talk about part 2 today. This is the best story about Jehoshaphat. It is found in 2 Chronicles chapter 20. Here's what's taken place. An alliance of nations have come against Judah, and they're going to attack Judah. Jehoshaphat hears the report, and here he is. He's just sitting there, and his scouts come and say, oh, by the way, all these nations, they're 15 miles out, and they're coming for you. What would you do? Run for the hills? Panic? No, Jehoshaphat does the right thing. He seeks the Lord. And then he tells the nation, I want you to fast for 3 days. Now, a man is going to come to Jehoshaphat. His name is Jehaziel. And he's going to tell Jehoshaphat, don't sweat it. God's got it. You've got the victory, and you're not even going to have to fight. Now, think about that just for a moment. That takes a lot of faith to believe that. God's going to give us the victory, and I don't even have to pick up a weapon? Whew, that's a lot of faith. Well, he goes out, and Jehoshaphat totally believes it because he puts his singers up in front of the army. Now, I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of singers. I don't know that I'd want them leading my army if we're about to throw down in a battle. But those singers, all they're doing is singing praises to the Lord. And here's what happened. God makes that alliance of nations turn on one another. They begin to kill one another. And the men of Judah spend 3 days collecting the wealth and weaponry left behind. What are some of those lessons we can learn from part 2 of Jehoshaphat? Our greatest needs should drive us to prayer and faith in God. You see, I fully believe that show me your prayer life and I'm going to see how dependent you are upon God. Praying in our greatest needs requires humbleness. That's exactly what the king did. He cries out because he knows. He hits his knees and he begins to praise. Well, wait a minute, you're the king. Ain't you worried about your image? Aren't you worried about your reputation? No, when you are hungry and thirsty for God and you're needing God to work, you don't care what people think. I got to get to the one that matters. And this king was willing to do that. In praying, we're not just seeking answers. I want you to seek the answerer. I want you to seek God himself. Jehoshaphat's prayer about God we'll cover next time. It is a powerful prayer, and I look forward to seeing you then. God bless you. Let's seek the Lord together.